you go bankrupt. And there's a penalty for bankruptcy. Your credit sucks. You're very difficult to get a loan. Very, very difficult for people to trust you again. You have to earn that trust back. And even then, it's always going to be a stain in your record.
Absolutely, he needs money. You think he's going broke? Once again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Yeah, he's stupid. He's an idiot. He loves the fame and he loves the money. So ultimately, if you're just that money hungry and that fame hungry, you're going to just do whatever. You don't care what it is.
Joe Rogan just went straight at Jake Paul, saying the lawsuits and fixed fight accusations have permanently damaged his boxing reputation. According to Rogan, even if the legal cases disappear, the stain won't. In boxing, credibility is everything. Once fans believe wins aren't real, records stop meaning anything. At that point, fights turn into moments, not legacies. And that kind of doubt doesn't fade with money.
Because there's a price that you pay that is not...
The fake fight talk exploded after the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua bout. Fans immediately noticed strange patterns. One question dominated social media: how did Jake last longer with Joshua than Francis Ngannou did? The matchup was sold as historic, but speculation followed fast. From leaked training clips to odd betting activity, many began suggesting the fight felt more like entertainment than a real sporting contest.
Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. What have we got here?
As I look at it, for the fans, it put boxing still on the map because it keeps boxing relevant. Having exhibition fights like this, different celebrities and different things like that. I look at it as a fun thing for fans and stuff like that. I don't really take it seriously, because we in the business of boxing. That right there is just exhibition stuff. But I'm hearing they say it's a real fight. But yeah, it's a real fight because both guys are getting in there fighting. I'm still the one that be thinking certain things are scripted as well too. So, but we'll see. I always say may the best man win, and main thing about it, may those guys go in there and have fun.
Many commentators called the matchup absurd from the start. A YouTuber turned boxer with a 12-1 record stepping in with a former two-time heavyweight champion raised serious eyebrows. Joshua has spent years fighting elite competition, while Paul is still seen by critics as a carefully protected draw. To many observers, the fight looked less like a real challenge and more like a cash-driven spectacle.
Jake Paul, fake Paul I call him, against Anthony Joshua. Massive unit, two-time world champ, still got a big punch. I think he's mentally fragile at world level if he goes against the big guns because of the knockout, especially the Bois knockout when he got fucking splattered. You know what I mean? In round 5, and he got hurt early on and then got done. And he's not been in the ring for 13 months.
Yeah.
But can you see a world in which Jake Paul is competitive in this fight?
No.
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 How do you see the fight going if AJ takes it serious?
Simon Jordan added gasoline to the fire. He claimed Anthony Joshua could have knocked Jake Paul out at almost any moment, but didn't. According to Jordan, the fight needed to last longer to satisfy Netflix, not boxing fans. A quick knockout would have hurt streaming numbers. While he offered no proof, his comments echoed what many already believed: when massive money and streaming platforms are involved, entertainment can quietly take priority over competition.
Why would you think that part of their entertainment model is to have a 30-second fight? Why? You watch a Netflix series, you can watch it and you can go, well, I get the gist of it. Why have you got to turn it into 10 episodes? Because I'm dying with boredom after episode.
Are you telling me that Netflix probably emphasised, listen guys, take this as long as you can?
Anthony Joshua didn't step, irrespective, I sat to all these guys, whether it be Spencer or Paul Smith, talking about the fact that Jake Paul couldn't run, didn't have the footwork to be able to move around.
Paul posted on Twitter after the fight, jaw broken, heart and balls intact. That's a good thing. Time to rest, recover, and return to cruiserweight. I mean, he's coming out of it as if, well, yeah, I got battered in the end, but boy.
That's what he will do. I mean, it depends what you think this was. I mean, I never felt it was anything other than entertainment. I'm not surprised that Anthony Joshua could have knocked Jake Paul out anytime he wanted to. He didn't want to.
So why didn't he?
Because, well, when you're on a platform like Netflix that turns one-part episodes into a 6-part series...
After the fight, Ryan Garcia jumped in with a blunt reaction on social media. He said he respected Jake's effort, but added that Gervonta Davis would have done far worse damage to him. That comment sparked another wave of debate. Many boxing analysts agreed, saying this matchup wasn't elite boxing and questioning whether the fight should have ever happened at all.
Look, fair play to Jake Paul. He has a lot of guts, and the fact that he wasn't carried out of this fight on a stretcher, certainly I guess you can say is a positive. But what did I think about this? What did I think about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul? Look, it felt like Anthony Joshua carried him. It felt like Jake Paul brought in as much of a negative anti-style as possible, circling away, constantly holding Joshua, constantly falling to the ground. Again, while you're certainly going to give respect for the YouTube star turned fighter for having the guts to put on this type of show and to stand in there for as long as he did until a clean right hand in the corner when Paul was absolutely exhausted, dropped him and ended the fight. This is not elite boxing. And we knew that coming in, but if these fights are going to be sanctioned as official fights, like the Mike Tyson fight from last year.
Oscar De La Hoya also weighed in, revisiting Jake Paul's fight with Mike Tyson. Oscar suggested that bout was fixed too, claiming Tyson was paid to help secure Jake a win. He pointed to Tyson's restrained performance and lack of aggression as signs something wasn't right. According to Oscar, this wasn't a one-off, but part of a larger pattern.
And I believe that Tyson was certainly held back. Look, I'm a fighter and I can see it. It goes on the record and it was sanctioned. So Jake Paul paid to get the W on his record? For what? For your own personal satisfaction? I keep telling you, if you want to be a real fighter, like you say you want to be, what do you do?
Although Mike Tyson denied the fight was scripted, fans weren't convinced. His low intensity shocked many viewers. For a fighter of Tyson's stature, the performance felt off, leaving doubts about whether the match should even count as a real fight.
Recently broke some news about how he spoke to one of the Paul brothers and that they had an agreement that no one was supposed to get severely injured and that the fight had to last at least through the 6th round. As I was watching the fight, I'm like, damn, it looked like Mike came out a little hot, and I saw him do this one thing where he kept biting his gloves. I know there was a big age discrepancy here, right? Jake Paul being 27, Mike Tyson being 58, of course. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, is he biting onto his glove to hold back? Because it looked like he had something there. Even some of the jabs Mike threw, I'm like, he stopped his punch. I'm not trying to be conspiracy theorist here, but thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know if Mike completely exerted himself or he just got really tired.
I don't know about it being rigged or not, but I do feel bad for people who really are invested in the sport.
You want to know why I also think it might be a bit rigged? When the fight ended, Jake Paul kept calling out other fighters and he kept referencing, you guys need me, you guys need me. And I'm realizing he's meaning his money. So if boxers and people in the industry know that, hey, if we go get with Jake Paul, we'll make...
During the Jake versus Tyson fight, critics also pointed to unusual rules that appeared to favor Jake. One rumored clause allegedly penalized Tyson financially if he knocked Paul out early. That alone raised serious questions about whether contracts, not competition, shaped the outcome.
Y'all already know I'm mad about this fight. I really wasn't even going to talk about it because I already felt like it was a setup. But when Trick Daddy Dollars posted this on Instagram, it really just confirmed and solidified everything. So, Trick Daddy Dollars posted this on Instagram, and I'm going to read it to social media. So, it says the rules for the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight are designed to favor Jake Paul. These include, the rules are extremely favorable to Jake Paul. The contract will incentivize Mike Tyson to lose and give Jake Paul an opportunity to choose himself as a winner. The first stipulation in the contract will punish Tyson for knocking out Jake because he is paid on a sliding scale per round. If Tyson knocks Jake out in the first round, he would receive no money. If he knocks him out in the second round, he would only make a small amount of cash. For Tyson to make the most money, he needs to survive all 8 rounds, which means avoiding knocking Jake Paul out. If the fight goes to a split decision, it favors Jake Paul because the judges have to be approved by Jake Paul. I'm going to let y'all read that. I knew it was a setup. Because you know what? Mike Tyson had a lot of open air opportunity to smash Jake Paul. And he didn't.